what they've had in the past. Set to go with volleyball action here tonight. The Arrows in the purple road uniforms, Harrisburg in their home whites. And we are just about set to get underway. Over the weekend, the matches were best 2 out of 3. Tonight, back to the best 3 out of 5. Normal situation for volleyball here tonight. Arrows still without Megan Hageland, one of those 6-foot outside hitters, out with a broken finger. Should be back in a couple of weeks. Annie Norberg to serve to get things underway. Bolweg with a pass right above the net, tipped down by Holt, kept alive by Harrisburg. Punched over, back row dig by Taylor Corey. Norberg sets it up, free ball for Harrisburg down the line. Sanderson's left front set, good hard hit, and a kill on the play. Nicely done that time. Hallie Mertz with the kill for the Harrisburg Tigers, and they're off to a 1-0 lead. Shaylee Arp will serve, a 5'9" sophomore for Harrisburg. Shaylee Arp, a left-hander, runs to the line, jumps that ball over the net. Good hard serve. Mariah Glow gets it to Norberg. Center set to Sophie. Hard hit off the block and a kill. If Sophie Teets ties the ball game at 1-1. Siri Crans in for the Arrows. Bolweg back in for the Harrisburg Tigers. Siri will serve. Siri Crans to serve from the back left corner, plays that ball over and deep, played forward. Quick set, nicely done, tip to the open court, and a point for Kelsey Rowley. 2-1 Harrisburg lead here in the first set. A couple of setters out there. Abby Carolyn also was setting for Harrisburg. Ball played over and out on the service error. It'll be side out to the Watertown Arrows, 2-2 tie. So now it looks like Sanderson will be the server or the setter. Quick hit to Bolweg. Sanderson center set here, jumped over by Rowley, but too high and out. 3-2 lead for Watertown first set. Over the weekend, the Arrows played number 2 Washington, number 1 Sioux Falls Christian, and number 3 O'Gorman. Sophie Teets plays it down the line into the net, trying to dig it out of there with Sanderson, couldn't do so. And it is a 4-2 lead for the Watertown Arrows in the first set. Arrows back in action against undefeated Huron at home on Thursday night. Sophie Teets to serve for the Arrows, jumps that ball into the net. 4-3 side out to the Harrisburg Tigers. It'll be Hallie Mertz to serve. Hallie Mertz to serve. She'll jump that ball over. Nicely done. Mariah Glow gets it to Norberg. Left front set for Bisker. High and out. McKenzie went from left front to the back right corner, and that ball sailed high and out. We're tied at 4-4 first set. Hallie Mertz to serve. Mertz plays it over and deep. Would have been out. Siri Crans played it. Free ball coming here for Harrisburg. Bolweg, nice big. Sanderson left front set. Ball hit into the net by Kinsey Nord. Point for the Arrows, makes it a 5-4 ball game. In for Watertown for the first time will be Devin Keller. Alex Bales to serve for the Arrows. Bales plays it high and deep and out. 5-5 score first set. Harrisburg to serve. It'll be Bolweg to do that. Brooklyn Bolweg, a 5'4" senior for the Harrisburg Tigers. Bolweg jumps that serve off the net, picked up nicely by Bales. Taylor Corey, left front set to Keller, blocked the net, kept alive by Siri Crans, put down by Biskert. One time to the high Harrisburg. Bales setting up, McKenzie to the corner, nice dig by Sanderson, kept alive, free ball for the Arrows, punched over to the open court, and a point for Kinsey Nord. Harrisburg doing a nice job of picking up all of the balls here tonight. 6-5 Tiger lead. Brooklyn Bolweg to serve once again. Bolweg runs to the line, jumps that ball over, played high in the air by Siri Crans, back set by Bales to Mariah, back row dig by Mertz, but unable to keep it alive was Bolweg, and it's a kill for Mariah Glow, ties the ball game at 6-6. Courtney Holt back into the ball game. Mariah Glow will serve for the Arrows, 6-6 first set. Mariah plays it high and deep, high in the air by Bolweg, run down by Sanderson, left front set into the net by Kenzie Nord, a point for the Watertown Arrows, 7-6 Arrow lead. Once again, Mariah to serve, steps into that ball, over the net, nice dipping serve above the net. Mackenzie Bisker taps it down for the Arrows, and the Arrows lead 8-6. Mariah to serve once again from the back left corner, over and out. Down the right side, miss, out of bounds, 8-7 score. Into the game comes Abby Carolyn. Carolyn will serve, replacing Lucy Hartman. 8-7 Arrows first set. Carolyn plays it over and deep. Taylor Corey ahead to Bales. Left front set to Courtney Holt. Nice kill from the left front. In front of the back row. 9-7 Arrow lead. Taylor Corey to serve for Watertown. Taylor, the Arrows defensive specialist, runs to the line, jumps that ball high and deep. Bolweg, good pass ahead. Back set here, whistle. And a jump ball going to be called. Another ball came out onto the court, so they'll replay it. Once again, Taylor Corey to serve, plays that ball deep. Bolweg gets it ahead to Carolyn, left front set. Nord plays it high in the air as Glow saves it. Courtney Holt plays it deep. Hit high in the air, run down, left front set again for Kenzie Nord. Softly over this time. Keller one-times it, and the Arrows are going to get the point. There's that one-timer by Devin Keller. Caught Harrisburg by surprise, and the Arrows lead 10-7 first set. Taylor Corey to serve once again. Taylor from the middle back runs to the ball, plays that ball over, hit high in the air, run down by Carolyn, got it to Nord and over. Taylor Corey to Bales, quick set, bad timing. It's going to be over though by Taylor Corey, good play. Back row attack by Harrisburg. Bales hits it high in the air. Taylor Corey, back row attack to Mariah Glow, and she hit it high and out. 10-8 lead for the Watertown Arrows as Abby Meister comes back into the ball game, and she will serve for Harrisburg. 10-8 lead for the Arrows. Meister plays that serve over and deep. Played forward by Glow. Good set for Sophie Teets. Nice dig by Bolweg, and then one-timed again by Devin Keller. Bolweg with a great dig, but it went right above the net. Devin Keller able to one-time it, and the Arrows lead 11-8 first set. Annie Norberg comes in. Out goes Devin Keller. Annie Norberg to serve for the Arrows. Annie jumps that ball off the net. Nice dig. Back set by Carolyn, but not a good one. And trying to save it that time was Sanderson, but it went around the outside of the antenna. And that's a violation. Arrows lead 12-8 first set. Annie Norberg plays it high and deep and out. That is already the third or fourth service error by the Arrows in this first set. 12-9 ball game in favor of Watertown. And it'll be Hallie Mertz to serve. Nope, check that. It'll be Arp to serve. And Arp serves it into the net. 13-9 Arrows first set. Siri Kranz in. Courtney Holt goes out. Siri will serve for the Arrows. Kranz to serve. Plays that ball to Meister in the back row. Good pass ahead to Carolyn. Good set left front. Nicely done. Picked up on the play by Glow. Sets up Sophie for the tip. Bolweg was there. Carolyn, center set this time, blocked at the net, kept alive in the back row by Meister, but right into the chops of a teammate, and a point for the Watertown Arrows. Timeout Harrisburg. You're listening to Volleyball, KWAT, live audio video stream on our website at gowatertown.net. Back in 30 seconds. Welcome back to Harrisburg. Set number 1, 14-9 Arrows. Tigers took their first time out. Arrows will serve. Siri Kranz to do that once again. Siri from the back left corner will serve for the Watertown Arrows. Kranz steps into the ball, plays it off the net, and an ace for Siri Kranz. Off the net, Kelsey Rowley tried to get it, but couldn't play it. Arrows lead 15-9 first set. Siri to serve once again for Watertown. Siri from the back left corner, steps into it, plays it deep, hit high in the air. Carolyn runs it down. Good set left side, dig in the back row by Taylor Corey. Norberg sets up Mariah for a hard hit and kill down the line. Mariah Glow makes it 16-9 Arrows. Once again, Kranz to serve, 16-9 Arrows in the first set. Kranz steps into the ball, plays it deep. Mertz, line drive, return to Sanderson. One time by Bolweg to the back row. Kranz gets it over. Norberg left front to Mariah. She kind of mishit it, and it sailed out. It'll be a point for Harrisburg, 16-10 Arrow lead. Lucy Hartman in the game. Sanderson will serve for Harrisburg. Sanderson to serve. Right-hander steps into that serve, plays it deep. Taylor Corey, nice pass to Norberg. Good set for Mariah, but way high on the hit. Mariah just off a little bit tonight. Her serve sailed out. She hit a couple of balls out, and that time hit it high and out. 16-11. Sanderson serves again. Mariah, good pass to Annie. Back set for Sophie. Sophie hit it off the net. 4 hits on the Arrows. 16-12 in favor of Watertown. Sophie Teets trying to get her teammates fired up. Sanderson to serve once again. Good server. Plays it over and deep. Taylor Corey high in the air. Norberg. Good set to Mariah. Off the block and a kill this time. Nicely done by Mariah Glow. Arrows lead 17-12. Bisker in the game. Taylor Corey goes out. Sophie Teets will serve for the Arrows. 17-12 first set. Sophie with the jump serve deep, hit high in the air, right above the net. Alex Bales was going to one-time it and hit it into the net. And that is a point for Harrisburg, makes it a 17-13 ball game. Allie Mertz to serve for Harrisburg. Mertz steps into that serve, plays it over nicely. Kranz ahead to Norberg. Good left front to Bisker, down the line but out. A lot of mistakes by the Arrows in this first set here tonight. Once again, serving will be Mertz. Mertz jumps the ball over the net and deep. Siri gets a nice pass to Annie. Good set, but to nobody. Tipped over by Mariah. That ball was going out. Sanderson tried to save it. She hit it out. It'll be a point for the Arrows. 18-14 on the scoreboard. Alex Bales to serve. Keller into the game for Watertown. Alex runs to the line, jumps that serve over. Bolweg, good pass ahead to Sanderson. Good left front set, tipped over. Nice dig by Bales. Keller sets up McKenzie. McKenzie got it off the block and a kill for Bisker. Harrisburg ran good offense, but it was Alex Bales who made a good defensive play to keep play alive. Into the game for Harrisburg, Abby Meister back in. Alex Bales will serve for Watertown. Alex jumps that ball over the net. Bolweg, good pass ahead to Sanderson. Back set this time, blocked at the net by Mariah Glow off the hard hit of Lucy Hartman. Point for the Arrows on the block, 20-14. Bales looking for a ball here. Now she'll get one. Alex will serve once again. Alex runs to the line, jumps that serve over, hit high in the air, right above the net. Sanderson tipped it, but she'll get called for an illegal hit, a lift on that play. And it is 21-14 in favor of the Watertown Arrows in the first set. Alex Bales to serve once again, jumps that ball deep, hit high in the air to Sanderson. Good set this time, ball tipped to the open court. Kelsey Rowley with the point, nicely done. 21-14 as Brooklyn Bolweg steps back to serve. Bolweg will serve for the Harrisburg Tigers. Brooklyn jumps that ball over and deep. Taylor Corey, good pass to Bales. Back set was not good. Mariah Glow saved it. Sanderson, left front set, tipped over. Bales with the dig. Taylor Corey going to set it up for Mariah Glow to play it over. Pass forward again to Sanderson. Short little tip. Siri Kranz was able to keep it alive. Bisker played it high. Nice dig by Bullweg. Sanderson back set to Hartman in the kill. Nicely done. Harrisburg ends up with the point. Good job. 21-16 in favor of Watertown first set. Brooklyn Bullweg to serve. Bullweg jumps that ball over and deep. Siri Kranz and Taylor Corey come together. Free ball here for Harrisburg. Bullweg gets it ahead to Sanderson. Back set again to Hartman. Blocked at the net. Bullweg, great dig. Bisker one time to Bullweg with the dig again. Sanderson left front set. Down the line. Taylor Corey with the dig. Bale sets up Mariah down the line. Nice back row dig. Back set for Hartman again. Blocked at the net. Kept alive by Sanderson. Bullweg sets it up. Softly over off the net. Bisker keeps it alive. Set for Mariah. Off the block. Nice roar from the crowd. Good volleyball on both sides. Both teams picking up points. Timeout Arrows. 21-17 Watertown first set. We'll come back in 30 seconds. Arrows are in what coach calls the red zone right now. They're 21. They got to finish the game. Bullweg deep serve is out. 22-17. The Arrows over the weekend against Washington and against Sioux Falls Christian, against O'Gorman, they had leads just about every set, late in the set, and lost those sets. And the Arrows have to finish the job here tonight. Bullweg to Sanderson, left front set, hit hard. Nice block at the net by Keller. Left front set for Hartman, tipped it over. Played high in the air by Glow, and then the Arrows all kind of came together in a pile and nobody went for the ball. Keller got her hands on it, but hit it the wrong way. 22-18 in favor of Watertown. Carolyn back into the ball game to serve. Carolyn jumps that ball over the net, and the ace of Courtney Holt wasn't ready to play. 22-19 in favor of Watertown. Red zone, you got to score. Ball played over. Holt, line drive. Norberg hits it high. McKenzie, soft one. Bullweg, nice dig. Run down there by Carolyn. Played into the net, though, by Shirley Arp on the left-handed hit, and the Arrows lead 23-19. Taylor Corey to serve. Taylor jumps that ball over the net. Dipping serve, line drive above the net. Carolyn back set for Sanderson. Tipped over. Kept alive by the Arrows. Here's a Sophie Teets set, but she hit it out. Again, good offense by the Arrows, but Sophie's ball went long and wide. Harrisburg to serve. They jumped that ball over and deep. Taylor Corey mishit it. Bale sets it up for Devin Keller. Blocked at the net. Point for Harrisburg. They make it a 23-20 ball game. Abby Meister to serve once again. Mertz got the block and the point. Where's the balls, ladies? There we go. Meister to serve, 23-21. Plays it high and deep. Oh, Keller should have let it go. It was going to sail well out, but the Arrows did not communicate on that. They got to talk to each other, as that ball would have sailed way out. Instead, Devin played it, and it's 23-22. Mariah Glow, good pass to Bales. Left front set, Sophie for the hard hit and kill. Makes it a 24-22 ball game. Arrows on top. Timeout here by Harrisburg. You're listening to volleyball on KWAT. Live audio and video stream on our website at gowatertown.net. We'll come back in 30 seconds. 24-22 Watertown as Annie Norberg will serve for the Watertown Arrows. Annie awaits the official's whistle and gets it. Jump set serve high and deep. Bolweg, good pass ahead to Carolyn. Left front set. Ball played over softly. Courtney Holt to Norberg. Sets up Sophie. Hard hit. Bolweg with a good dig. Carolyn, left front set again. Hard hit off the block. Nice dig by Mariah Glow. Arrows were in the net. Makes it a 24-23 ball game. Shaylee Arp to serve. Shaylee Arp with the left-handed jump serve, plays it high and deep. Mariah got it ahead to Annie. Annie sets up Sophie. Kill for Sophie Teets. Arrows win set number 1, 25-23. Got to finish in the red zone, according to head coach Rosemary Hertz. The Arrows just barely did and win 25-23. Second set from Harrisburg comes your way as you're listening to the Arrows on KWAT. Live audio and video stream on our website at gowatertown.net. We'll come back in 2 minutes. Intermission between sets brought to you by Van Laken Orthodontics, creating beautiful, confident smiles for your entire family. Arrows got into the red zone with a nice lead and were able to finish and win 25-23. Coach says anytime they get to 20 points, they're in the red zone and they got to finish strong. They had trouble with that over the weekend in Huron. They get to 20-21. And they'd have a nice lead, but were unable to end it, and so she wants to see them doing that in the red zone starting here tonight. Abby Carolyn to serve to start things underway in the second set, sends that ball deep, played high in the air by Bales, tipped over by Norberg, kept alive. Bolweg gonna set it up for Sanderson, blocked to the net, kept alive. A couple of girls run into each other. Harrisburg gives the Arrows a free ball. Sophie to Bales, left front set to Courtney Holt down the line. Nice dig by Carolyn. There's a hit over, played Courtney Holt. Nope, the Arrows kind of all hesitated again. A kill for Abby Meester. Meester gets the kill for the Harrisburg Tigers. They lead 1-0 second set. Ball played over by Carolyn. Good pass by Glow to Norberg. Left front set to Sophie. Blocked at the net. Nope, didn't get over the net. 4 hits on the Watertown Arrows. So it'll be a 2-0 Harrisburg lead, second set. Abby Carolyn to serve again, plays it over and deep, off of Bales, and that's an ace. 3-0 Harrisburg to start. Abby Meister to serve, or Carolyn to serve, plays it deep. Taylor Corey ahead to Norberg, had to dive for it. Sophie tips it over. Set in the back row, and a hard hit blocked at the net by Sophie. Again, back row attack. Played high in the air by Glow. Bales left front set to Courtney Holt, blocked but out of bounds. Point for the Arrows. 3-1 lead for Harrisburg, second set. Annie Norberg to serve for the Arrows. Harrisburg leading 3-1, second set. Annie jumps that serve into the net. Arrows are just, whew. And you would expect it. They played 4 games on Saturday. They had Sunday off. They practiced yesterday. They are very, very flat tonight. A lot of errors in this game for Watertown. They trail 4-1 second set. Again, right above the net, and they smash down by Hallie Mertz. And it is a 5-1 Harrisburg lead in the second set. Abby Meister to serve once again. Meister jumps it over and deep. Taylor, good pass to Annie. Center set for Sophie. Hard hit, but out again by the Arrows. 6-1 lead for Harrisburg in the second set. Arrows won the first 25-23. Meister jumps that ball high and deep. Glow plays it ahead to Norberg. Sets up Sophie. Tipped it. Bolway, good dig. Pushed over by Carolyn. Taylor Corey there. Norberg left front set to Courtney Holt. Couldn't get it over the net. 7-1 lead, and the Arrows are going to take a timeout. Harrisburg on top, second set. You're listening to the Arrows on KWAT. We'll come back in 30 seconds. Harrisburg leading 7-1 second set. They are doing a nice job of serving. They're doing a nice job of getting the balls. They're running their offense well, and they are doing a nice job against the Arrows here tonight. The Arrows got to dig down and find something. Meister plays it over. Mariah Glow, good pass to Annie. Good set to Sophie. Off the block and the kill. That's the offense the Arrows need to run consistently. 7-2 lead for Harrisburg, second set. Arrows lead 1-0. Siri Kranz to serve for Watertown, back left corner. Siri sends that serve softly over. Bolwig, nice diving save. Ball played down the line. Taylor Corey ahead to Norberg. Norberg left front set to Mariah. Down the line and the kill from Mariah Glow. 7-3 in favor of Harrisburg. Tigers in the back row have Meister, Mertz, and Bolweg right now. Siri to serve once again. Siri plays that ball over. Bolweg plays it high in the air. Carolyn left front set. Nicely done. Off the block and a kill. Hallie Mertz gets the kill, makes it an 8-3 ball game. Harrisburg on top. Serving will be Shaylee Arp. Left-hander Shaylee Arp to serve, plays that ball over and out. Good job by Siri Kranz that time to read it. 8-4 lead for the Harrisburg Tigers, and it'll be Taylor Corey to serve. Bolweg back on the floor, and Arp goes out. Taylor Corey with that jump serve over and deep, played high in the air. Good pass to Carolyn, good set. Punched it though, over and out did Hallie Mertz. She kind of hit it with the palm of her hand and it went high and out. 8-5 score, Harrisburg second set. Taylor Corey to serve again, plays it over deep, hit high in the air. Run down by Carolyn, left front set to Mertz again. Blocked at the net by Bisker, played over by Harrisburg. Annie sets it up for Mariah, softly over. Kept alive, back set by Carolyn, tipped over by Sanderson. Siri Kranz digs, played backwards, hit high in the air. Harrisburg will play it over. Kranz gets it ahead to Norberg. Left front set to Mariah. Down the line and a kill from Mariah Glow. off of Abby Carolyn makes it an 8-6 ball game in favor of Harrisburg. Taylor Corey to serve once again. Taylor jumps that ball over and deep, played high in the air, run down by Carolyn. Left front set to Mertz, off the block. Taylor Corey ahead to Norberg, pushed it to the open court and got the point for the Watertown Arrows, makes it an 8-7 ball game. Harrisburg on top. Taylor to serve once again. Taylor jumps that serve down the line, hit high in the air. Carolyn sets up Mertz again, cross court. Siri Kranz with the dig, but into the above the net, and then it was tipped down by Sanderson, but she tipped it out and ties the ball game at 8-8. Taylor Corey to serve for Watertown. Taylor jumps that ball high and deep, and this one sails out. 9-8 Harrisburg's lead. Hartman back in the game. Sanderson back to serve for the Harrisburg Tigers. Sanderson to serve, 9-8. Plays it over. Mariah, good pass to Annie. Sets back to Mariah, off the block, and a kill for Mariah Glow. Mariah has 7 kills on the night now for the Watertown Arrows. We are tied at 9-9. Alex Bales to serve for Watertown. Alex will run into your picture, sends that serve over. Bolweg hits it high in the air, run down by Sanderson. Good set to Mertz, softly down the line. Taylor Corey ahead to Bales, set it to Bisker. Bisker with the kill off of Sanderson. 10-9 Arrow lead, second set. Alex Bales to serve once again. Bales jumps that ball over and deep, played high in the air to Sanderson. Tried to get a soft set above the net, but McKenzie was there and she tipped it down. 10-9 lead for the Watertown Arrows. Into the game for Harrisburg will come Kelsey Hoffman.
Harrisburg substitution number 8, Kelsey Hoffman.
Alex Bales to serve once again for the Arrows. Alex sends that serve deep. Bolweg hits it high in the air. Run down, free ball coming here for the Arrows. Taylor Corey, good pass to Bales. Left front set to Mariah, off the block and a kill for Mariah Glow. And the Arrows lead 12-9 after trailing 7-1 in this second set. And they lead 1-9. Timeout Harrisburg will take it as well. Go back in 30 seconds.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, it is Tiger Ball Week in Harrisburg. Highlighting some of these scheduled events, Friday night, August 31st at 6 o'clock will be a football camp hosted by the football team at Tiger Stadium. Saturday morning at 8:30 will be a cheer camp at Tiger Stadium, hosted by
So the Arrows trailed 7-1 in this set. They have come back now to outscore Harrisburg 11-2 and lead 12-9. Harrisburg taking the timeout, their first timeout of this set. And Alex Bales will serve once again for the Watertown Arrows. Alex jumps that serve over. Bolweg plays it forward. Sanderson runs it down, sets up Mertz, goes cross court. Mariah Glow to Bales, back set to Bisker off the net. Bolweg, nice dig. Tipped over by Mertz. Mariah there, set for McKenzie again. Nice dig by Sanderson, but it sails out. Point for the Watertown Arrows. Sanderson, good job of getting that ball from Bisker. It went off her arms and sailed over the net and out. 13-9 Arrows. Bales to serve again, plays it high and deep. Bolweg, good pass ahead to Sanderson. Good set for Mertz. Down the line, but out. 14-9 Arrow lead, second set. Arrows won the first set, 25-23. Alex with the jump serve deep and in, an ace for Alex Bales. Abby Meister thought it was going to go out, but she dipped down and it hit the line. Ace for Alex, 15-9 Arrows. Alex with that jump serve again, dipping. Meister plays it high in the air. Sanderson back set, tipped over, blocked at the net, kept alive. Nord got it over cross court to Mertz, but she went down the line and hit it out, and Harrisburg is going to take another timeout. The Arrows trailed 7-1 and about scored Harrisburg 15-2, lead 16-9. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back in 30 seconds.
Support activities for our Tiger Bowl. This weekend is jam-packed full of activities. Starting at noon, volleyball here in the gym. 9th and JV at noon. At 2 o'clock, baseball at Major Field. At 1 o'clock, sophomore volleyball here in the gym.
Arrows lead 16-9 as Alex Bales will serve after the timeout. Plays it over and deep, hit high in the air by Mertz. Bolweg gets a set to Mertz. She'll tip it over with the left hand. Bales to Sophie Tietz. Mariah off the Tietz set. And a kill for Mariah Glow. And the Arrows lead 17-9 in the second set. Rowie coming back into the ball game. Going out will be Hoffman. 17-9 in favor of Watertown. Bales to serve, plays that ball deep. Sanderson got a good pass, back set, hard hit, nice dig by Siri Kranz. Bales sets up Mariah, off the block and a kill for Mariah Glow. 18-9 Arrows on top. Harrisburg led 7-1 to start this set. Bales to serve for Watertown once again. Alex plays it high and deep. Bolweg mishit it, that'll be an ace. 18-9, 19-9, Arrows on top as they approach what Coach Hurt says is the red zone once again. Bales plays that ball over, nice line drive serve. Sanderson, good set, back row attack, hit hard. Bales with the dig. Taylor Corey sets up Mariah, cross court, nice dig by Bolweg. Sanderson, left front set for Mertz. Cross court, nice dig by Mariah. Kept alive by Taylor, free ball for Harrisburg. Played high in the air by Meister. Sanderson sets up Rowie for the tip down and got the point. Nicely done by Kelsey Rowie. 19-10. That breaks a long run for the Arrows, and it'll be Allie Mertz to serve for the Harrisburg Tigers. Arrows lead 19-10. Mertz to serve. Jumps that ball deep. Taylor plays it high in the air. Good pass to Bales. Good set to Keller. Tipped it over. Sanderson gonna back set it this time to Hartman down the line and out. Point for the Watertown Arrows, 20-10. Arrows in the red zone. And Mariah Glow will serve for Watertown. Bisker in, Holt in. Siri Kranz goes out. Mariah to serve. Plays that ball over and down the line, high in the air. Bolweg gonna set it up, played to the net, blocked by Bisker, kept alive by the Arrows. Above the net, jump ball, and the Arrows will be called for into the net. Point for the Harrisburg Tigers, 20-11. Watertown second set. Brooklyn Bolweg to serve. Bolweg jumps that serve over hard, off of Taylor Corey, saved by Mariah Glow. Sanderson, nice set, tip, kept alive by Mariah Glow. Bale sets McKenzie, whistle, illegal hit on Mariah Glow. Or on Alex Bales, I should say. Bales had the illegal hit. 20-12. Bolweg to serve. Brooklyn jumps that ball deep and out. Service error, it's 21-12 in favor of Watertown. Sophie Tietz in the game. Mackenzie Bisker will serve for the first time here tonight. Mackenzie, jump serve is high and deep, hit high in the air. Bolweg gonna play it forward. Ball hit into the net though on the attempt. Can't see who it was. She got her ponytail covering her number. That was Kenzie Nord. 22-12 in favor of Watertown. McKenzie to serve again, plays it high and deep, miss hit, kept alive by Harrisburg. Free ball for the Arrows. McKenzie, bad hit to Bales, got it to Courtney Holt down the line and out. Point for the Watertown Arrows, or excuse me, for the Harrisburg Tigers, as the Arrows that time didn't handle that free ball very well. Into the game is Abby Carolyn. 22-13 Arrows, Abby Carolyn to serve. Carolyn plays it over. Taylor, good pass to Alex. Sets up for Sophie. Nice block at the net. Free ball here for the Harrisburg Tigers. Bolweg to Carolyn. Quick set it though to Rowie. Rowie hit it through, Shaylee Art hit it through the block that time for the kill. 22-14 in favor of Watertown. Second set, Arrows won the first set 25-23. Carolyn's serve is over. Mariah hits it high in the air, nobody goes for it. The setter's got to go get that ball. Alex Bales stayed in her spot. Everybody else moved away so she could get the ball, and it hit the floor. 22-15. Carolyn plays it deep. Devin Keller mishit it. Coach from Harrisburg wanted to lift. The Arrows hit it into the net. Coach can see the blood pressure rising on her on those last 3 points as the Arrows haven't been very effective with them. Abby Carolyn serving well, and she'll serve again. Plays it to Taylor Corey. Bales sets up to Courtney Holt. Got it over but out. 4 straight points where the Arrows have hit it out. So it's 22-17 all of a sudden. Again, frustration in the red zone for the Arrows. Mariah Glow, good pass to Bales. Sets up Sophie. She stumbled and hit it out. Arrows are going to have to take a timeout, I think. Coach, you can just see it simmering on the sideline. She doesn't want to take a timeout. She wants the kids to work through it. 22-18, Mariah to Bales. Left front set, not good to Sophie. She had to push it over. Sanderson gives Sophie a chance, and Sophie one-times it above the net. That time an error by Harrisburg leads to an arrow point. 23-18 Watertown in the second set. Girls won the first 25-23. Annie Norberg to serve for Watertown. Plays a nice serve over. Carolyn was able to run it down. Ball blocked at the net by Sophie, kept alive by Bullweg. Ball going to be tipped over. Mariah, good pass to Annie. Good set to Sophie, and Sophie hit it into the net. Sophie a little frustrated with herself there. 23-19 in favor of Watertown. In the second set, Arrows won the first 25-23. Abby Meister comes in to serve for Harrisburg. Meister plays it high and deep. Mariah mishit it. Annie ran it down back row to Mariah. Punches it over. Bullweg gets it ahead to Carolyn. And the left front set to Mertz. Off the block. Kept alive to Taylor Corey. Pushed over by Annie. Arrows. Mertz plays it over. Taylor, another nice dig. Annie sets up Courtney Holt down the line. Nice dig there by Carolyn, but nobody went for the ball. Good job by Abby Carolyn to dig that hit by Holt, but then everybody watched, and it's a point for the Arrows. 24-19, Arrows on top. Siri Kranz to serve. Siri steps into that serve, plays it over. Brooklyn Bullweg, good pass ahead to Carolyn. Left front set to Mertz, down the line. Left front for Mariah. Mariah cross court, nice back row dig. Carolyn pushes it to the back row. Annie gets it ahead to Bales, sets up Mariah. Back court, and a kill into the back corner for Mariah Glow. And the Arrows get the second set, 25-19. So the Arrows win 25-23, 25-19. Take a 2-set-0 lead over the Harrisburg Tigers. This intermission brought to you by Van Laken Orthodontics, creating beautiful, confident smiles for your entire family. Take a timeout. Set number 3 in 2 minutes.
There's so much stuff going on for Tiger Ball this week. It takes me a few breaks to play. So I'll let you know what it all is. Friday night at 6, football camp. hosted by the football team at Tiger Stadium. Saturday morning, 8:30, girls cheer camp hosted by the Silent Independent cheer teams at Tiger Stadium. At noon, JV girls soccer versus O'Gorman on the North Field. Boys varsity soccer versus O'Gorman at Tiger Stadium. At noon, volleyball, 9th grade versus O'Gorman, JV versus O'Gorman, in the gym. 1 o'clock. Sophomore volleyball versus O'Gorman in the gym. Baseball with 2 at Region Field. Also 2, girls varsity soccer versus O'Gorman at Tiger Field. Boys JV soccer versus O'Gorman on the North Field. At 2:30, girls varsity volleyball.
Watertown Arrows lead 2 sets to none here tonight at Harrisburg. They won the first 25-23. Harrisburg got off to a great start in that second set. They led 7-1. The Arrows came back and took a big lead, and then Harrisburg battled back and made it a good match. And ends up 25-19 Arrows in that second set. Set number 3 set to get underway here tonight. Annie Norberg will serve for Watertown to get set number 3 underway. Live audio and video stream brought to you by Sharp Automotive. Annie steps into the serve high and deep, hit high in the air. Good pass to Carolyn. Back set here. Ball played over. Nice dig by Annie Norberg. Bales left front set to Hope. Cross court. Bowleg with the dig. Kept alive by Carolyn. Free ball Arrows. Sophie gets it to Annie. Quick set to Sophie and a kill. Getting her hands on it nicely in the back row was Mertz, but she couldn't keep it in play. Sophie gets the kill. 1-0 Watertown. Annie to serve again. Plays that ball over deep. Played high in the air. Carolyn sets it up center this time. Tipped over. Almost a point. Annie with a great save. Holt punches one over. Bowleg keeps it alive. Left front set. Hard hit to the back row and the kill for Abby Meister. Abby's a good hard hitter for the Harrisburg Tigers. She's not real tall. She's a 5'6", 9th grader, but she can hit that ball. 1-1 score. Brooklyn Bowleg doing a little perspiration cleanup. And stepping back to serve will be Abby Carolyn. Abby Carolyn to serve. Jumps that ball over. Whoops, whistle. An illegal formation for the Harrisburg Tigers. So it'll be a point for the Watertown Arrows. 2-1 Watertown. Arrows will serve. The official getting him set in the right spot. I'm not sure the official and the coach are on the same page, but they must be. Harrisburg right now has 7 players on the court. The Arrows have 6. Somebody's got to come off for Harrisburg. They're still having the conversation on the sideline. Two to 1 lead for Watertown, third set. Harrisburg was called for an illegal formation. Harrisburg coach not necessarily agreeing with that. Now getting them all set in the right spot. And now they are set. And now the Arrows substitute and will serve. Sari Kranz from the back left corner to do that as play will get underway once again here. Sari sends that ball over and deep, played high in the air to Carolyn. Good set to Mertz, off the block and a kill for Mertz. Good offense by the Harrisburg Tigers, ties the ball game at 2-2. Dropping back to serve is Shaylee Arp. Arp will serve for Harrisburg, 2-2 third set. Left-hander sends that ball hard over Taylor Corey. Nice dig. Good set for Mariah. Tipped it over. Kept alive by Mertz. Carolyn back set this time. Nice cross-court hit and kill for Kelsey Hoffman. 3-2 Harrisburg lead, third set. Arrows lead 2-0. Arp to serve once again. Arp plays that serve over. Siri Kranz, good pass to Annie. Back set to Sophie, softly over. And trying to dig it in the back row were Meister and Carolyn at the same time, and they line drived it under the net. 3-3 score, Sophie will serve. Sophie Tietz jumps that serve over, hit high in the air by Meister. Good set to Mertz, down the line. Sophie with a nice dig, one-timed it. Bolweg, Carolyn back set to Hoffman, over the block. Siri Kranz there. Annie sets up Bisker off the net, and a kill from Mackenzie Bisker. 4-3, Arrow lead, third set. Arrows lead 2-0. Sophie to serve once again. Sophie jumps that serve into the net. Service error on the Arrows, 4-4. Taylor Corey in for Harrisburg. They'll bring in Hartman. They'll bring in Sanderson.
Number 9.
4-4 score, third set. Sanderson to serve for the Harrisburg Tigers. Arrows lead 2-0. Sanderson plays a line drive over. Siri got it to Norberg right above the net, and the Arrows thought they had a point, but Harrisburg, good defense. Mariah Glow off the block. Taylor keeps it alive. Bisker one times, and Meister pushing the back row Sanderson. Set for Mackenzie off the block and a kill. Kelsey Rowley was there, but an off her block and a kill from Mackenzie Bisker. 5-4 lead Arrows, third set. Devin Keller in, out goes Annie Norberg. The Arrows are going to clean up a little bit of perspiration out there on the court as well. The other day at Huron, it was hot and humid, and the court was wet all day. They were wiping it up. Alex Bales to serve for Watertown, leading 5-4, third set. Serve down the line. Mertz, good pass to Sanderson. Good back set to Hartman. Hartman hit the net. It went over the net. And a kill for Hartman on the play. 5-5 score. Harrisburg to serve. Mertz scored. Kenzie Nord back on the court. Meister goes out. Mertz to serve. Serves it over. Siri hits it high in the air. Bales back set for Mariah. Cross court. Nice dig Sanderson. Bolweg keeps it alive. Nord hits one hard. Picked up by Taylor Corey. Good set for Mariah. Nice dig by Siri. And then a one-timer by Mackenzie Bisker over the top of the block, and a kill for the Arrows, who lead 6-5. Meister back in. Kenzie Nord goes out. Into the game, Courtney Holt, out goes Siri Kranz. Mariah Glow will serve for Watertown, 6-5, third set. Mariah plays it high and deep. Bolweg hits it high in the air. Sanderson, good left front set to Meister. She hit it high and out. Again, she's just a ninth grader and only 5'6", but boy, she hits that ball with authority. That time out. 7-5 Arrows, third set. Mariah served down the line. Mertz hits it high in the air. Bolweg saves one, sets it up to Meister again. Punches it over. Taylor Corey left front set to Holt. Courtney, I'm not sure. She just took her eye off the ball. Wasn't sure if she wanted to hit it or just punch it over, and took her eye off the ball, and an easy point for Harrisburg, 7-6. Brooklyn Bolweg to serve. Bolweg to serve. Sends it deep. Taylor Corey, good pass to Bales. Left front set to Courtney, off the block. Nice dig Sanderson. Bolweg keeps it alive. Meister down the line, but out. 8-6 Arrow lead, third set. Arrows lead 2-0. And it'll be Taylor Corey to serve. Sophie Tietz in, Bisker goes out. Taylor to serve for Watertown. Jumps that serve deep, hit high in the air. Good pass to Sanderson. Back set here to Hartman. Through the block and a kill. Lucy Hartman through the block of Courtney Holt. And a kill for Hartman. Makes it an 8-7 ball game. Carolyn back in the game. And Hoffman back in the game. Carolyn to serve for Harrisburg. 8-7 Arrows, third set. Whistle. Stoppage, injury. If Mertz is perspiring too much, it won't stick, but they got a Band-Aid on her hand. Carolyn to serve, plays it high and deep. Taylor Corey, good pass to Bales. Left front set for Sophie. Cross court, Bolweg, nice dig. Harrisburg saves it. Free ball for Watertown. Bales to Taylor Corey. Sets it up for Holt. Punches it over and gets the kill in front of Mertz in the back row. 9-7 Arrow lead. Norberg back in. Out goes Keller. And he will serve for Watertown. Arrows lead 9-7 third set. Lead 2 sets to none. Annie's serve is dipping it over. Mertz gets it ahead nicely to Carolyn. Left front set to Meister. Tipped it. Didn't get it over the net though. Rolled along the white tape and stayed on Harrisburg's side. 10-7 Arrow lead third set. Annie to serve once again. Annie sends that high serve. Mertz, good pass ahead to Carolyn. Back set to Hoffman. Hoffman hits it high. Picked up by Mariah. Bale sets up to Courtney Holt. Softly over in the kill. Courtney hit it soft, but over the block and in front of the back row. Arrows the lead 11-7. Annie to serve once again. Annie sends that serve down the line. Meister put it right above the net one time by Bales, but stayed high. Hoffman going to play it off. The net comes over. Holt there. Norberg going to set up Courtney. Courtney cross court. Nice dig Meister. Bolweg hits it high in the air for Meister. Hard hit. Kept alive by the Arrows. Meister gives it to Carolyn. Pushed it to the back row. Taylor Corey there. Norberg sets up Sophie. Hard hit. Out by Sophie Teets. 11-8 in favor of Watertown, third set. Good D on both sides that time. It'll be Meister to serve. Abby Meister plays it over. Mariah mishit it. Annie ran it down. Back row attack Taylor Corey. Meister gets it ahead to Carolyn. Left front set here for Mertz. Off the block. Sophie panicked a little bit. She blocked it. She had time to play it and she kind of panicked and didn't get much on it. It's a point for the Harrisburg Tigers, makes it 11-9 third set. Meister to serve once again, plays it deep. Taylor Corey, good pass to Annie, good set to Sophie. Tipped it and did not get the point. Great save by Mertz. Mariah Glow to Annie, sets Sophie again, tipped it again, and that time got it. Sophie gets the tip point, and the Arrows lead 12-9. One thing about the Harrisburg Tigers, they get after every ball. You can't relax. Siri Kranz plays it high and deep. Bolweg hits it high in the air. Carolyn left front set to Mertz. Down the line, Taylor Corey, nice dig right above the net. Whistle, and into the net was Mertz. Hallie Mertz into the net, so it'll be Arrow point. 13-9 Arrows third set. Siri Kranz to serve once again. Siri softly over. Mertz hits it high in the air. Carolyn back set to Hoffman. Hoffman cross court. Annie keeps it alive. Taylor trying to run it down. Did. Siri with the save. Bolweg gets it ahead to Carolyn. Quick set to Rowie off the block in the kill. For Shaylee Arp that was. Now Rowie, it was Arp with the kill. Now Rowie comes back into the ball game. 13-10 Arrows in the third set. Serving will be Arp. Left-hander plays it over. Taylor Corey ahead to Norberg. Good set for Mariah off the block. Great back row dig by Meister. Tipped over. Taylor Corey sets it up for Annie to Sophie. Back row kill for Sophie, but the Arrows, Sophie Teets into the net. Point for Harrisburg, 13-11 in favor of Watertown. Arp to serve. Shaylee Arp plays that ball over. Siri gets it high in the air to Annie. Left front set to Mariah. Blocked at the net. Kept alive by Harrisburg. Free ball for the Arrows. Mertz had it blocked at the net. Kept alive by Harrisburg. Nicely done. Annie left front to Mariah. Bad set. Too far. Arrows couldn't play it. Harrisburg, as I said a few minutes ago, they go after every ball. They keep them alive, and they're scoring points doing that. 13-12. Siri Kranz high in the air to Annie. Sets up Sophie. Hits it out. 13-13 the score. Arrows going to take a timeout. Harrisburg is battled back. Take a timeout as well. Come back in 30 seconds. Harrisburg with a nice comeback, and it is a 13-13 ball game. Third set, Arrows lead 2-0. Watertown won the first 25-23, won the second 25-19, and now it's all tied at 13. Arp, number 13, serves it over. Series hits it high in the air, and he saves it. Back row, Taylor Corey plays it in between Meister and Mertz. Nope, Meister and Arp, and a kill for Taylor Corey. 14-13 Arrows, third set. Serving will be Sophie Teets. Sophie's jump serve is over. Meister hits it high in the air. Carolyn, good set to Rowie, tipped it back row. Sophie, back set here to Bisker, off the block. Bullweg to Carolyn. Good set, hard hit and out, that time by Mertz. Arrows lead 15-13. Sophie to serve once again for Watertown. 15-13, third set. Sophie jumps it high and deep and out. 15-14, Sophie out, Taylor in. For Harrisburg, Hartman in and Sanderson in. Sanderson will serve. Sanderson to serve, back right corner, sends that serve over. Taylor, good pass to Annie. Good set here for Mariah. Off the block, nice dig Meister. Sanderson, good left front set, tipped over. Annie keeps it alive. Bales, left front set to Mariah, hit it out. 15-15 our score in the third set. No, they're going to say the ball was tipped. So it'll be a point for the Arrows. That ball was tipped by Harrisburg, they're saying. And now the officials are going to have a discussion. At first it was point Harrisburg, and then it looked like the official over the top was ruling it was tipped by Harrisburg. And it was. They're going to say it was a tip ball by the Harrisburg blocker, so the Arrows will get the point instead. 16-14 Arrows, third set. Alex Bales to serve. Bales sends that serve over, right above the net, tipped down by Devin Keller, but she was into the net. That's such a hard ball for the Arrows to wait for, and Devin that time was in the net. It was a great serve by Alex. The ball was going to be right above the net. And Devin just got too excited and got into the net. So it's 16-15, and Mertz will serve for Harrisburg. Mertz jumps it over, dipping serve. Siri Kranz dives for it and saves it, but Bale's unable to keep it alive. So it's 16-16 again here in the third set. Arrows lead 2-0. Harrisburg serving the ball really well tonight. Once again, Mertz to do so. Hits it high and deep, and as soon as I say that, I jinx him. Sorry about that. 17-16 in favor of Watertown. It'll be Mariah Glow to serve for Watertown. Mariah back left corner, sends that serve down the line. Mertz hits it high in the air. Bolweg sets up Meister. She tried to tip it, she did. Devin Keller one-timed it. Back set for Hartman, who hit it way high and out. Lucy Hartman that time hit it way high and out. 18-16 Arrows, third set. Watertown leads 2-0. Mariah Glow to serve again for the Arrows. Plays it high and over. Mertz, good pass ahead to Sanderson. Sets up Meister again. Hard hit off the antenna, and that's a violation. That's a point for the Arrows. 19-16 Arrows, third set. Mariah to serve, 19-16 third set. Lays that dipping serve over. Ace for Mariah Glow in front of Mertz. Timeout Harrisburg. Arrows lead 20-16, third set, lead 2 sets to none. We'll take a timeout and be back in 30.
Harrisburg Volleyball, timeout Harrisburg. Score at 3. Watertown 20, Harrisburg 16.
Harrisburg taking a timeout, their first. Both teams have one remaining. Arrows lead 20-16, now third set. Red zone. Ball played over, Bolweg into the net. Nice dig out of the net by Sanderson, and Meister was able to get a kill on it. Good job by Sanderson that time. Julia to dig that ball out of the net and put it in a spot where Meister was able to kill it. 20-17. Arrows on top, Brooklyn Bolweg plays it over. Mariah, good pass to Bales. Left front set too far for Courtney. She played it over. Sanderson to Bolweg, sets up Hartman. Hard hit into the net. Point for the Watertown Arrows. 21-17, Arrows lead in the red zone. Taylor Corey to serve for Watertown. Sophie back in the game, McKenzie out. Taylor sends that serve over. Brooklyn Bolweg, line drive, Sanderson. Good set to Meister. Cross court blast by Meister. Nice dig by Mariah. Tip and a point for Devin Keller. Or Sophie Teets. It was Sophie who got the tip. 22-17 Arrows. Timeout taken by Harrisburg. You're listening to volleyball from Harrisburg. Live audio and video stream on our website at gowatertown.net. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Arrows on top as they're trying to gut out a victory here tonight against a scrappy Harrisburg Tiger team. Taylor's serve is over. Miss hit, run down by Hartman. Free ball. Nope. The Arrows are going to get a point out of it as Meister and Arp were coming together. They both stopped. Point for the Arrows. 23-17 Arrows. The Arrows played 4 matches on Saturday, 3 against top-ranked teams. Ace for Taylor Corey off the net and over. You expected them to be flat tonight. They have been a little bit, but Harrisburg has played really well too. Taylor Corey plays that serve over. Meister ahead to Sanderson. Set for Meister, tipped it and out. Point for the Arrows, and the Arrows win here tonight, 25-17. So the Arrows win 3 sets to none, 25-23, 25-19, 25-17. You're listening to the Arrows on KWAT. We'll take a time out. Great Western Bank post-game show comes your way in 3 minutes.